what in the princess is going on here? Sorry, a lot of you were asking me to say that. So we do have an update when it comes to the Ruby Princess cruise ship saga. As many of you know, this ship did unfortunately crash into a pier the other day, and it's caused a big fiasco. The update does contain a lot of waiting, an ultimatum, and allegedly some lies via Princess Cruises. Now, we'll go over those little giblets and details later on today's video. However, I do have to address a cruise ship in the room. I hate that I even have to point this out, but I do take these matters very seriously. Whenever I made my video the day before yesterday on this topic, there were a decent amount of people that were accusing me of taking content from somebody else. They're talking about this topic here with Princess. Let me explain something to all of you fine folk when it comes to the social media world. If you were to Google cruise ship right now, if you were to type it in on YouTube, if you were to potentially type it in on Reddit or any of really the forums on Facebook, this topic is probably, I would argue, trending #1, meaning I did not take it, and honestly, I do my best to make as original content as possible. I am convinced that there are people out there that wait for me to talk about a certain topic or make a series of, let's say, carnival topics or whatever the case may be, and they're just like, aha, I knew it. There are millions upon millions of people that are watching my YouTube channel. I know what I signed up for, and I've dealt with hate long before. When I was a breakdancer in middle school and people were laughing saying that I suck in this, if you think I can't handle a bunch of unhealthy, very disappointed in their own life people that are choosing to spend their time watching videos that I guess the creator they don't like, I would say that's a very personal problem. They should seek some kind of help or guidance or something of some sort. But anyway, that's my little spiel for today, of course, guys. Let's go ahead and get into the main topic. Now, just to briefly catch everyone up to speed here, if you didn't watch my previous video on this topic, we had the Ruby Princess that was doing a 10-day beautiful Alaskan cruise from late June until July 6th. Upon arrival back to the port in the wee early hours of San Francisco, they were supposed to dock at Pier 27. There is the captain and the harbor pilot. I address something with that later on in the video. And well, for some reason, somehow, upon trying to redock at their home port over in San Francisco, they ended up crashing, and the situation is now under investigation by the Coast Guard. And the ship hasn't left since. The conundrum here is that a cruise ship, typically, they will disembark passengers, and that same day, they will have other passengers, a new batch of cookies, if you will, embark the ship and go off on another adventure. In this case, it's supposed to be another 10-day sailing. But due to the investigation and the cruise ship Ruby Princess not gaining clearance to just go ahead and sail on their merry way, because there is unfortunately a hole at the hull of the ship, which is the bottom half, I would argue the structural support, the foundation, if you will, the most important part of the cruise ship as far as safety is concerned, and well, they can't leave as of yet. The over 3,000 passengers that were supposed to sail on this 10-day, now turned into potentially a 7-day sailing, have been given options as they were allowed to board the ship that day, even if the ship was just docked with the hole in it. They had an option to either go ahead and accept a full refund, 100% refund, and 50% future cruise credit. If they choose to stay on board, they get 75% future cruise credit and 75% of a refund. Not a bad deal. So there are a lot of people that, well, they've been given the ultimatum, and a lot of people are saying it's a pretty good deal. I would agree. Personally, for me, I mean, if they can get everything cleared and fixed, I would go ahead and just stay on the ship and go to Alaska and take that 75% refund and future cruise credit personally. Now, here's the conundrum here. According to a passenger that is on board, they were told, or I guess they said this on via Twitter, that Princess was tweeting out and saying that the hole and the damage to the ship was fixed, leading a lot of people to believe that everything was right as rain, and the ship today is supposed to sail at 4 p.m. local time over in San Francisco. A lot of people think, or they thought rather, that the damage has been repaired. They've go ahead and used some duct tape and Elmer's glue. I'm joking, but they're saying it's been repaired, so a lot of people had no knowledge of it until some passengers rather decided to go outside and actually look at the damage. They didn't know the extent of it. They just knew there was some damage on the ship, and well, a lot of people are finding out otherwise, that if this is true, like I said, and well, Princess is saying these things is prepared in order to keep the money from all of the passengers on board, then I would say part of that is definitely wrong.
I'm a little nervous. I didn't realize that that was what it looked like. I thought it was finished and that we were about ready to go.
But when I stopped you, you see the hole clear as day.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Princess Cruises has been tweeting out it's been repaired. Is that what you're seeing?
That's what they said. That's not what I'm seeing.
What are you seeing?
I see a big hole in the boat that's supposed to leave tomorrow at 4.
Of course, as we continue, a lot of people are talking about who's at fault here. I made a video saying that somebody was going to get fired. I was joking around, by the way. But typically when stuff like this does happen, somebody is trying to give somebody to blame. It's understandable. Of course, you can't just let these things happen willy-nilly, because I did mention there is damage to the pier, there's damage to the ship, and if there are a lot of passengers that decide they want to get off and they take their refunds, and even the ones that are staying on are also getting refunds, and well, you gotta understand, this is a very, very big operation. There are millions of dollars at stake, so somebody's gonna have to take the fall here. But in saying that, a lot of people are saying, well, you know, the captain technically doesn't park the ship. He doesn't dock the ship. It's the harbor pilot, which is true. Guys, if you ever go on a cruise, whether you are leaving or you are coming back, you see those little boats off to the side. Believe it or not, while the ship is moving, oftentimes there is someone that will get on board the ship, and it is a harbor pilot that knows the area best, and they will help dock the ship because they know how to do it properly. However, the captain is still the master of the vessel. It's like me giving somebody my Tesla and saying, hey, park this car for me. They crash my Tesla, and then I'm trying to blame them, and then I'm trying to explain to the police and everybody else that, oh, well, I gave this guy my car that's in my name that I'm also legitimately responsible for at the end of the day. It doesn't make sense. The captain would still be responsible to a certain extent if something were to happen. Of course, on the one end, yes, on another operational side, the harbor pilot would take some of that fault too, but it's not like whenever the harbor pilot gets on board, the captain just goes back to his room and eats some chocolate strawberries and whatnot and gets a massage. It doesn't happen that way. Either way, I am curious, if you guys were given these choices, this ultimatum, what would you choose? Would you cancel and just get off the ship and take the 100% refund and 50% future cruise credit? Or would you stay on board pending, of course, the investigation and a thorough review of the damage and a green light by the Coast Guard, for example, as well as everybody that's in the operational end of the ships? What would you do? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Of course, as usual, hit that like button. Know that I love each and every one of you. I have another video of my time on board the P&O Iona since I disembarked yesterday over in Southampton. It will be on my other channel. Make sure you guys go check that out. And of course, I have my review of that British cruise ship coming up tomorrow, so make sure you guys stay tuned. I appreciate all of you. I love all of you, and well, I'll see you later. Take it easy.